I'm with 48 Hours True Crime, and today we're exploring the case of Cara Ryan. Just a reminder, we're not diagnosing anyone in this video, only discussing the details and speculating on what might have happened in this situation. If you find this video informative, please like, subscribe, and consider supporting us on Patreon, linked in the description. To start, let's take a look at the background of this case. Cara Elaine Ryan was born on October 1st, 1969, and lived in Clearwater, Florida. In 2009, she began working as a journalism teacher at a high school. In the early 1990s, a man named John Joseph Rush, a sergeant in the St. Petersburg Police Department, born on February 4th, 1970, visited Cara's class to assist with a project. During this, they realized they had met years earlier and soon became romantically involved. The two married in 1996 and settled into an apartment near Clearwater on Indian Rocks Beach. Around 2004, Cara reportedly had an affair with the school principal, an action that strained her marriage to John. They separated the same year, and not long afterward, John was involved in a car accident in his police cruiser that left him unable to serve as a patrol officer. He retired in 2005 and later found work as a medical examiner investigator. Cara and John finalized their divorce in 2006. However, a chance encounter on the beach in 2007 brought them back together, though they did not remarry. Their relationship seemed tumultuous, with Cara eventually taking full control of their finances. Allegedly, this control arose from John's struggles with gambling and substance use. His pension and earnings went directly into an account controlled by Cara, and he was required to show her receipts for his expenses. In early 2015, John started a new relationship with a fellow law enforcement officer and set up his own bank account on February 13th, transferring control of his finances away from Cara. On February 15th, he moved out and began living with his new girlfriend. Soon afterward, Cara also started a new relationship with a man named Scott, who worked as a corrections officer. On the evening of March 7, 2015, around 10:05 p.m., Cara sent an intimate photo to Scott, inviting him to her apartment. However, Scott, who was working, didn't respond right away. Cara then sent the same message and photo to John, inviting him over. Despite his new relationship, John decided to accept. By 10:17 p.m., Cara called 911, reporting that she had been attacked and had shot John in self-defense. A neighbor also called the police, stating that a man was lying on his porch, unconscious and bleeding. John Rush, with a gunshot wound, died from a single bullet fired from a .38 caliber revolver that he had previously gifted to Cara. Cara initially claimed that while she and John were in bed, he became enraged when he discovered her messages with Scott. He allegedly attacked her, prompting her to retrieve her gun and fire in self-defense. However, her account later shifted several times. In one version, she said John had left and then returned to attack her, while in another, she described the shooting as accidental. Eventually, Cara was arrested on March 13, 2015, charged with second-degree murder. When she went to trial in January 2017, the jury found her not guilty after only 90 minutes of deliberation. Analyzing the case, we see several factors that raise questions. 3 weeks prior, John had separated his finances from Cara and expressed to a neighbor that he feared she might shoot him. On the night of the shooting, Cara had reached out to John, possibly intending to incite jealousy and reignite his interest by revealing her new relationship with Scott. Cara admitted to leaving her phone visible, allowing John to notice Scott's messages. This situation escalated, leading to the fatal encounter. However, Cara also provided reasons that supported her innocence. She claimed self-defense from the beginning and argued that she was merely confused about the sequence of events. She described John as struggling with addiction and mental health issues, supported by a therapist who had observed John in a deteriorating state. The marks on Cara's wrists aligned with her claim of being attacked. She also contended that the police were biased due to John's background in law enforcement, and that their interpretation painted her as guilty. Considering all the evidence, was Cara guilty of murder? In my opinion, she likely was guilty in reality, but the case did not meet the burden of proof required for a conviction. The jury's decision was reasonable based on the evidence presented, though their rationale may not have fully encompassed the complexity of the situation. The jurors reportedly perceived her inconsistencies as a response to trauma, not necessarily a sign of guilt. They seemed to interpret her actions as either self-defense or uncontrolled rage, overlooking other potential motives like jealousy or revenge. In closing, Cara's case highlights the perils of reuniting in on-again, off-again relationships without resolving past issues. Many people in tumultuous relationships return to one another without understanding what went wrong and how to change. This cycle of reuniting based on emotion, rather than commitment and communication, can, in some cases, have devastating consequences. Thank you for watching this analysis on the case of Cara Ryan. Please share your thoughts and opinions in the comments section. They always lead to engaging discussions. If you found this story interesting, consider subscribing for more true crime content.